Hey guys, I'm Justin with AmericanTrucks.com and welcome to our best of video for the bull bar category, available for that 2015 and newer F-150. Now if you're new to the best of series, we do these videos to help you guys narrow down your choices a little bit more within the category by giving you 3 options that we really like, in addition to factoring in some customer popularity and feedback as well. So bull bars are one of those modifications that seem to exist somewhere between an aftermarket bumper and an aftermarket brush guard. Now they're not going to provide you with nearly the amount of protection as those brush guards or even most aftermarket bumpers per se, but they will act as a first line of defense against smaller impacts both on and off-road. On top of that, they look pretty cool when installed, give you some auxiliary lighting options, and finally are going to be far more affordable than most aftermarket bumpers or grille guards. So without further ado, what do you say we get into our first pick? If you want a basic no-frills bull bar, look no further than the Barricade 3.5-inch option shown here in black. Now by far and away, going to be the most popular option you'll encounter on the site, with well over 100 5-star reviews and corresponding customer submitted images. Feel free to check both of those out if you haven't already done so, as it will be a great way to help narrow down your decision a little bit further. And on top of being very popular, this particular Barricade option is also extremely affordable, and a lot of times, yes, there will be some correlation there between the two, but at just north of $100 here for this bull bar option, the Barricade should fit into anyone's budget rather nicely. Along with being very budget friendly, it's also going to deliver that look along with a little bit more protection, and I say a little bit more in this case because our next 2 options, I would argue, will add a little bit more protection overall. But this is going to be a clear-cut case of you get what you pay for. Now this does include quality stainless steel for the build here, which again is nice to point out, that 3.5-inch diameter, but with a black painted finish and not a powder coat. So again, a little bit of give and take here when opting for a more budget-friendly option. But all in all here, guys, if you're after a bull bar for more of an appearance upgrade as opposed to being a dedicated piece of armor, and for not a lot of dough, there really isn't a better option on the site than the Barricade here in black. Up next, we have a slight variation in that traditional bull bar approach in regards to both design and finish. I'm referring to the Black Horse Off-Road Bull Bar in polished, available for your 2015 and newer F-150. So Black Horse took the basic blueprint, if you will, of most traditional bull bars and just fortified things a little bit more with these triangulated supports down below, turning this thing more into a genuine piece of armor as opposed to being just strictly an appearance piece, which is the case for most basic or budget-friendly options. But even with all of that said, the Black Horse option is still very much budget-friendly here on the site at just north of $200, and will still deliver the quality goods like the 100% stainless steel build, along with that brightly polished finish. Now let's be honest, a lot of us like to keep our bull bars kind of black and under the radar, but there are definitely a group of owners out there who prefer the flash of a polished or chrome option to match some other existing chrome accents already present on your truck. Nevertheless, if you are the less is more type and prefer that stealthier black finish, Black Horse does have a black option of the same exact product on the site that you can actually grab for a little bit less. Like we mentioned with our first option, you are getting the opportunity to mount some auxiliary lighting to this thing if you'd like, and if you have an EcoBoost truck, well then I think you'll really like this design because it is free of any skid plates which might otherwise restrict airflow into that factory intercooler down below here. But altogether, guys, a strong yet still extremely affordable option for the fans of Flash, and a solid choice for our best of list here today. Last but not least, we have another option from Barricade, this time around their HD option with all of the bells and whistles. Now on top of that traditional bull bar design, you're getting a textured black powder coat, nice burly skid plate, and maybe most importantly, the 20-inch double row LED light bar, all for south of $300, which in my opinion absolutely pegs the bang for your buck meter. Unlike the first Barricade option we talked about, the HD here does feature a slightly more beefed up design, including thicker gauge stainless steel for both that 3.5-inch tubing and the included skid plate down below, which I will say when pulling both both out of the box here at the shop, the HD definitely had a little bit more of a solid feel when compared to our more budget-friendly first option. But aside from the build, you're also incorporating the 20-inch double-row LED light bar, which is something a lot of manufacturers have started doing in the bull bar category because, let's face it, it just makes perfect sense. Now, the light bar itself here is going to mount very cleanly into the actual bull bar right here, and when installed is going to throw a bunch of light through the combination of both the flood and spot LEDs incorporated to this option. Altogether, the HD from Barricade is one of the favorites on the site for all of the reasons we just talked about: the look, the slightly beefed up design, the functionality of the light bar, and last but not least, that price. Now, before we get out of here, I do want to point out that most, if not all, of your bull bar options in this video and in the category will install using your tow hook mounting location and the included hardware. Now, depending on your truck, you might encounter the smallest bit of trimming to the lower air dam or plastic splash shield, so just make sure you have a Dremel or air saw on hand before getting started, in addition to a basic socket set. All in all, you're looking at a very simple 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter here to get the bull bar in place, maybe 30 minutes to an hour or a little bit longer if you do factor in some auxiliary lighting options. Well guys, that's going to wrap up our best of video for the bull bar category, available again for that 2015 or newer truck. Now, if you do want any more info on any of the products listed in this video, feel free to check out the respective product pages at any time. I'm Justin, thanks for watching, and for all things F-150, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.